Welcome back to Limbus Company. Canto 6 update is out. Next part of Canto 6 release, we've got new identities, stuff like that, the good stuff. 800 lunacy. That's a good start. A lot to do, that's for sure. Edgar family here, Gregor, and Wuthering Heights Butler Faust. Exciting stuff. I guess first off, I didn't actually play my Battle Pass stuff earlier. That's funny. Well, that's fine. We've got some egos to look at, don't we? Zayn. Ooh. It's a Zayn for Yusang. I was actually wondering if it would be. Whoops. That makes a lot of sense. Since, you know, he's from T Corp, and here's the Teth that makes sense too. Kind of expecting Yusang's to be a he. We'll have to see how good that is. Okay, I guess first things first. Claim everything. God. And we should get some lunacy and stuff and the new ID. Is the egos? Oh, it's Gloom. Okay. Interesting. I mean, I say that like I'm so surprised. I'm really not. It was either going to be Gloom or Envy, right? Nothing else would make a lot of sense. In case you don't know, I could tell because of the color of the text. And this one's also Gloom. Some Gloom egos that aren't blunt will be a nice change of pace, I think. Because we've, like, every Gloom attack in the game is blunt for some stupid reason. But that's fine. If you get 40 thread, 20 red boxes, 500 lunacy is nice, 20 yellow boxes is nice. Yeah, the real fun stuff is going to become from the rest of the Battle Pass next week. That's when we're going to get a lot of boxes. I guess, you know, for the sake of it, I'll open the red boxes and stuff. But if you look at my Gregor Ego Shards, I've got 50 of them, and I've only got 100 yellow boxes. So I'm going to need to pull for Gregor. So wish me luck. Don't want to spend too much lunacy, but I might have to. Not fun. Oh, that's right. I also get a new banner, don't I? Because there's a new banner things because I paid money for the full. I got the full pack instead of like the cheap one. Oh, the new banner isn't here, huh? The one that was like, okay, I guess they weren't adding that this time. That's fine. Or maybe like I'm supposed to receive something. I don't know. Extraction time though. We get some thread. How nice. How quaint. And we'll start off with daily pulls as per usual. See if I get lucky, if I get more Gregor shards or something. I don't think it'll add up to, you know, matter that much, but it could, right? It could. Oh. This is from Total Extraction Rodion. That's unfortunate. That is not even Rodion. Okay. That's fine. We can live with that. Verso Shards is something, I guess. I don't think he's getting anything new anytime soon. But daily pull on the actual new banner. See if we get anything. Nothing. Alright, that's fine. We'll have to do 10 pulls now. I've got like 10,000 free lunacy. We'll have to see how much of it I need to spend. Hopefully not too much, but I'm kind of concerned. Okay, some 2 stars. Okay, I guess I need to click on this one first. My bad. Here's a cup of afternoon tea, courtesy of this house. Please enjoy your time here. Another ID that can inflict Echoes of the Manor. She seems pretty solid for that, if nothing else, right? And another one. That's cool. We'll get a bunch of Faust shards here, too. Because why not? Keep on pulling. See if we get lucky. Nothing? Doesn't look like anything. That's fine. More Faust shards. Nothing once again. Nothing once again. Cool. Going through so much lunacy. So close to Walpurgis Night. This is not fun. But I don't have the boxes, so I need to do it. Yeah. This hurts. This hurts a lot. We just keep on pressing the button. And we keep on getting nothing. Not even getting, like, other 3 stars, which is awful. Okay. Please, the new Gregor looks funny. I'd really like to have him. It would be so cool. Please, game, 20 more pulls. I'm not even getting any 3 stars. Like, this is not great luck. It's really not great luck. Okay. Yeah. That is painful. That is so painful. 80 pulls, and I didn't get a single 3-star. I got a 3-star from this single pull. Alright, single ticket time. See if I get lucky with either of these. I'm not going to. But it'd be really funny if I did, right? Alright, yeah, this isn't great. Did I get a bunch of Gregor shards, though? No, not in the slightest. I got a lot of Faust shards, at least. That's something. Well, then. I don't want to have to do this, but I'm gonna have to, aren't I? Oh, well. This is what I get for not stockpiling boxes. I got too greedy, I suppose. Well, we keep on going. Okay. Okay. You know, I'm not surprised. Like, this isn't even a Walpurgis Knight. That's the thing that's really hurting here. I'm just trying to pull the new 3-star ID because he looks cool, and I'd really like to have him. So if you'll please just pity me a little bit, game. You're not pitying me at all, not in the slightest. Oh. And that is Butler Otis. Alright. Okay. There we go. That feels really unfortunate, but I got him. And now this Walpurgis Night upcoming is going to be so awful. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. I'll be able to get boxes for everything else. God. 143 pulls. Well then, it happens. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Okay, New phrases, first and foremost. Other blank. Preparing for the blanks per masters. Leave it once blank. Leave place. Allow me to introduce you to this blank. Nightmare Hunt, Interloper Manor. Okay, some funny stuff. Some funny stuff. That's for sure. Like... Like, really? Okay, that's fine. That's fine, it happens. I'll just need to stockpile, right? I'll really just need to stockpile. Okay, enough of that, though. Enough wallowing in despair, as I so much like to do. We've got some new stuff to equip. New Zayn for you, super interesting. The new Teth for you, and new ID, of course. Alright, let's go for the egos first, since they're the ones that are relatively less interesting. There's no stories for them. 3 target, 6 cost by default. Interesting. I won't thread spin these yet. I kind of want to see. Actually, I can check here, can't I? Yeah, let's look at the egos here. So starting off with these things, so we can see it at max uptime. So it's a 3 target, 15 plus 8, randomly inflicts 6 plus Gloom Resonance times 1.5 singing between targets. 36% of like 2 bind next turn. Okay. Interesting. It's only 15 sanity, so it's only a little bit worse than base, and it's Pierce. Being Flash power against targets with a lot of sinking. Fractured yesterday, sure. That's a 5 target corrosion at 5 plus Gloom Resonance. Simple enough. They've been doing this a lot lately with, resonances affecting that sort of thing. Too weak to lust and pride and resist gloom. Simple enough. Seems interesting enough, yeah. So it seems like the roll doesn't change at thread spin at all. It just changes to... The only difference is it gets 1 more bind, and, it becomes gloom resistance times 1.5 sinking between targets. Okay, I'm sure the corrosion stuff have changes too, but it doesn't seem too necessary to get the threat spin up too much now. I'll threat spin it a little bit, right? Only a little bit, though. I'll get to the passive, and that's all I seem to need for now. So yeah, we'll roll with that. Seems interesting, and new Zayn is interesting. We'll have to see if it's good, because Zayans are not good for the most part. Or Zayans you get from sources that aren't default are pretty bad. Okay, this is an SP healing thing. Oh, it's got Curse! Okay, first time we've seen Curse since Hexnail Faust. That's interesting. 20 sanity cost Teth, 2 Lust, 4 Gloom. You have 15 SP to self and 2 other allies with least SP. Okay. So it specifically gives it to himself and it costs 20 sanity, so it's mostly sanity neutral. Although it does require upside for that part. Target survives the attack, consume Sing count on target, then heal additional SP equal to Sing potency on target. Alright, so it turns Singing on target into SP for self and allies. And if you defeat the target, inflict Sing and Curse on random enemies. Cool. Corrosion. Corrosion makes it blunt. Alright. And the Gloom Fragility. Additional Gloom Fragility for every 2 Gloom Resonance, max 2. Okay, so 4 Gloom Fragility this turn. If you get at least a certain amount of Gloom Resonance. Alright, that's interesting. It's only a single target, even at upside 4, though. That's interesting. If the target is defeated after this unit attack, gain 1 Eagle Resource for the least owned Eagle Resource. That's nice. Gain 1 additional Eagle Resource for every 5 sinking potency plus count on target. So if they've got 15 sinking summations, the sum of sinking on them, you gain an additional, you gain 3 additional resources. And if there are 2 or more least owned Eagle Resources, select one of them at random. Okay. That's an interesting passive. Resource gain. It's weird. We'll have to see how that goes. Egos that focus on gaining resources have been pretty bad historically, right? And I do mean pretty bad. Because, like, there's stuff like Soda Ryoshu and Soup Sinclair come to mind with their weird, you know, Eagle Resource amp, which isn't too good because how much you need to spend to trigger it. Impending Day is a little bit better with its passive, because, you know, just a bunch of Eagle Resources Sinclair gets skilled. It's not bad. I don't know, we'll have to see how that goes, though. Let's get to the actual IDs themselves, though. We are going to get to max up tie, of course. And see the stories. Come this way, dear guests. For any and all uninvited guests, though we sincerely apologize for this impudence, but we must ask you to immediately vacate the presence. And Sinclair is just kind of in the background there. I shall now take my leave. Please enjoy your meal. Elegant music plays over an expensively lit dining hall. The child nods politely at the group of people dressed in noticeably expensive clothes before walking backward and silently leaving the room, just as the chief butler did. Whew. The child finally allowed herself to sigh after she made sure that the door was fully shut, and that she was far enough distance away from that room. She knew what kind of discussions would be exchanged in that place. The Wolven Hunt. I think it's, like, it seems to be that, it's Heathcliff and, I think, Yisong talking here. It's hard to say for sure. Heathcliff's kind of got, like, a Hinley type suit. This is, like, a pretty traditional T-Corp type thing that Yisong has on. That's assumptions, of course. Like, it's hard to say for sure. They're also very shadowy, so they might not necessarily be supposed to be people, but that's what it seems to be, right? We'll have to see, though. It's hard to say. That is what one could call this battle. The battle that butlers from both the Edgar family and Wuthering Heights, the heir of the Edgar family, and his chief butler were currently discussing. What prompted this discussion? It would be the knowledge that the child, once taken in by Wuthering Heights, was returning home, leading a deadly march of overwhelming, shambling forces, bringing ruin and desolation to his old home. Is this not Heathcliff, or is it... Heathcliff seems to be himself in this mirror world, but it's really hard to say. That would be exactly why these factions of such complicated and conflicting interests decided to come together for once. The two are now in talks. Is one of these supposed to be... If it's supposed to be Wuthering Heights and Edgar family talking, then assumably is one of these supposed to be Gregor? No, it doesn't seem like it, because Linton had has a very just like a black suit on. Neither of these kind of fit. Unless it's someone else from the Edgar family that one of these two are supposed to represent. I don't feel like we're going to see anyone else in the Edgar family in the actual story. Unless the representative Edgar family is Kathy Cliff, and this is actually going to end up being Kathy Cliff. I don't know. I trust that your service was exceptional. I suppose asking you is unnecessary, as you have not once disapproved me. Thank you for your high commendation. I merely made an appropriate appraisal of your performances. However, the chief butler walked toward one of the doors, her eyes like those of a hawk, and slowly but deliberately wiped the narrow opening of the door frame with the tip of her fingers. It appears that other butlers are in need of some additional education. Oh, is Sinclair one of these other butlers in need of additional education, I wonder? Her fingers were wet with blood, yet to be cleaned. It appears that the cleanup for the battle they conducted against the uninvited guests earlier wasn't as thorough as it should have been. My deepest apologies. You are a butler responsible for the kitchen. There is no need for you to apologize. I do believe that it may become your responsibility to relay my opinion to the butlers tasked with cleaning, however. Understood, ma'am. Very good. Now head downstairs. They are still training hard for the hunt, yes? Indeed. Everything is proceeding as you have ordered. The child nodded politely before leaving the chief butler. After a long walk, she finds a door leading downstairs. She descends. Lady Faust! The staircase led to a dark, blood-spattered basement. But it seemed that the child was already expecting the sight. She does not even flinch her brows. Is the combat training using our previous uninvited guests going well? Yes, I think I've almost got the hang of the strategy Lady Otis told me about. Very well. Please continue. Oh, and another thing. Chief Butler Lady Otis had a comment regarding your cleanup performance. Oh. Wonder if we'll get a Sinclair Butler 2-star next week or something. It might not be next week, honestly. They might do a thing where it's 2 weeks till the next thing. I don't know if they will, though, because the thing is, they were doing that because we hadn't met Queequeg or, Starbuck yet, so it didn't make sense to see their IDs so shortly after, right? Or to see their IDs beforehand, right? That's what I mean to say. We'll see, I guess. Please pay attention to the areas that are not normally observed as well, so that our guests may not be inconvenienced. Yes, ma'am. I will put greater care in my work. Well then. After the brief warning, she wrapped her fist with her serviette and joined the ranks of other butlers in the dark. The dark where sounds of leaping, throwing, tearing, and ripping continued to echo from. Echoes of the manor. A new sound joined the flurry, continuing to echo through the basement. Wholesome, heartwarming. This butler kills people. Yeah, that's cool. We'll update you again, I think. Might as well. Yeah, so looking at you, you only inflict 2 echoes of the manor. I expected as much. It would kind of be strong if she had as good of echoes of the manor. Her echoes of the manor inflict more sinking count. Simple enough. So you're good for echoes of the manor, but not nearly as much as Otis is, right? Since Otis is a 3-star. Sorry, this thing echoes of the manor inflicts 3 sing instead on Clash Win instead of just 1. It's always solid. Otherwise, pretty standard looking stuff. She's actually Slash skill 1 and skill 2, or skill 3, which is interesting. We're probably going to see more things that are weak to Slash in this Canto. That's my guess. A mixture of Blunt and Slash weak. Makes sense. That's kind of what it's been so far. Also, level up time. I should be able to... I'll get you level 40 to start out with. I don't think we should immediately get everyone to 45. I don't think we'll need it, hopefully. And if we do need it, I'd rather be under-leveled than, you know, be over-leveled if we don't need it, right? Because we can change that. Yeah. But now the really interesting one, the 3-star. Haven't looked at his stuff yet. Sure, I'll just get him before he won. Good enough. He's a 3-star. He deserves it. Bygone Days. I didn't actually look at yours to see if I should upgrade it. Should I get a passive? I probably should. I'll do that. And then the more SP if we upgrade it. The corrosion, the plume stuff kind of seems to be... Seems like it could benefit from being uptight even further, but we won't worry about that for now. We're going to focus on you first and foremost. Those are positive coins, and his skill 3 is a skill 3 negative? No, it's positive too. Okay. Well, let's uptie him and then look into his mechanics, right? I think that'll be the Seiko thing. Yes, it's about time I sharpened the blade of my sword. And there's these mysterious purple-eyed freaks in the background. There's some sort of cult, it seems. That's interesting. Very interesting. There are things in this world one could never grow accustomed to. The bizarre tang of the dregs. A broken piece of tea leaves from the last fill of the teacup from the pot. The disappointing flavor of lukewarm Scotch whiskey, diluted from melted ice. Also, does that whiskey say Roach Bank? I don't think I looked at that in the CG in the trailer before. That is Roach Bank whiskey. Is that what happened to the Buggy? Oh no, Buggy Buddy's there! Oh, I didn't even realize. Yeah, his Buggy Buddy is in fact just kind of right there chilling, so he is still alive in this artwork at least. I wonder if he's in the upside one then. I noticed people didn't notice the bug. Pablo. Some people call him Pablo. I just usually refer to him as the Buggy Buddy. Um, but yeah, he seems to be here. See if he's in the upside too. And the taste of nightmares that continue to haunt me, despite my hatred of them. In that awful dream, I am visited by the one I abhor the most. The beast that took my little sister and destroyed my family. Oh no. So, Linton in the book, his little sister, Isabella, is the one that Heathcliff marries as kind of like a revenge type thing, and something like that. Oh boy. The cunning, cruel wolf, who took so much from me that I can't even recall all that he's deprived me of. The one who took my arm and left me to wear this shameful, hateful arm. The wretch that took my arm but not my life, leaving me to live out this abominable life. He never arrives alone. In this nightmare, I am beset by foes on all sides with no escape in sight. Also, let me, look at this. Is Buggy Buddy here somewhere? I can't see him. Maybe that's like the thing about the nightmare. Maybe the reason the nightmare is horrifying is because his Buggy Buddy isn't here. Wouldn't be surprised if he's just kind of barely out of view or something, right? I don't know. Let me know in the comments or something, I guess. Is this the true magnitude of my fear? A body born weak and ailing. A body that forces me to struggle tooth and nail just to survive those that seek to harm me. Cannot conquer the fear from the source? I aim with the sharpened tip of my saber and stab them all with gloom-tempered swordplay I have trained my entire life in. But that nightmare always ends with my flailing defeat, its conclusion distant and unreachable. As the dream draws to a close, I come to a certain understanding. That once again, I am the robbed one, the one deprived of even a chance to struggle. Then I awaken from the nightmare. I struggled desperately to escape the yoke of my weak constitution. I couldn't simply continue to live in my parents' glory. There were far too many vultures circling me for a chance to take my place, my wealth. I could not appear weak before them. I learned how to wield a blade, trained my body. I grew far too familiar with the pain that ravaged my lungs, yet my damnably weak body cared not for my determination. It pressed upon me with such cruelty. That is how I have protected what is mine, what I could get my hands on. A good home, quality clothes, delectable food, my inheritance. Once, I even found myself absorbed in that presumptuous belief that I may have overcome the curse I was born with. But there was something that had completely slipped my mind. The vagabond I saw at that tempestuous manor. The resentful eyes of that ill-tempered vagrant, burning with hatred behind his wet, ragged hair. He appeared before me, as I was still drunk on delusion. Just like then, I could see my fear reflected in his eyes, my fear that he is here to take everything I have. He cut off my arm in the blink of an eye. Interesting, though, because if it is Heathcliff, like, Heathcliff doesn't have a weapon to cut an arm off, usually. He's got a bat, so what's the weapon he's got here? Who is he, exactly? I don't know. I don't even want to think back to this memory. Merely recalling that memory makes my stump ache. I feel the bitter taste of stomach acid rising up my throat. But I won't be defeated like this. He wants to play hide-and-seek, does he? Very well. He shall have it. To sever this nightmare from me, this intangible terror, the woven hunt must begin. Because slaying the source of horror with my own hands is the only way to free myself from it. Yeah, like, the red mercenary parallels are very apparent here, and I'm very interested to see how that's going to develop going forward. Left tie you again, of course. We've got just barely enough threads to do so, so that's solid. And we'll take a look at what you've got. You're all positive points, but you kind of benefit for having low standing. So you gain point power for sinking on target, you inflict sinking. Yeah, sinking. 2 sinking damage, that's your skill 2 is not bad. Sinking positive. Target stagger, inflict sinking count, target speed, inflict sinking count 2 random enemies. So absorb 10 sinking from the target and gain 1 plus damage, plus coin boost and 3 damage up. Okay. 3% chance to gain the buff effect without absorbing sinking. Interesting. However, you kind of want, so 3 resonance. That's an owned. I was really expecting that to be a resonance. Okay. Interesting. Turn start gain 1 damage of red for every 5 SP damage. The difference between this turn and last turn start, max 5. Deal 2% more damage for every single potency on target, max 40%. So he wants to lose a lot of sanity and then gain a lot of sanity. Okay. That makes sense. Definitely seems like it's going to synergize really well with Bygone Days. Because Bygone Days is going to benefit, is going to steal sinking from the target in order to, like, gain sanity back, right? So, you know, maybe, like, the play will be use a skill 3, get a bunch of sinking, lose some sanity, maybe use some other egos, like Garden of Thorns, and then turn after use Bygone Days, get your sanity back up so you can gain even more fragility and damage up next turn, right? Because this could be a 5 damage up. On top of the fact that you could get... And this is 3 damage up this turn, actually. You could theoretically get 8 damage up in the same turn, though, if you get the maximum benefits from this and land this, and then have more stuff going. Of course, logically, you're very frail, yeah. Because that's... I think that's the same as Wuthering as Butler Otis, if I had to guess. Is the 1 level difference is probably worth 2 HP or something. That is a -4 to defense level. Yeah. This guy's super frail, which makes sense. A lot of Gregor IDs are like that anyways, so I'm not shocked. Does he have sanity conditions? No, he doesn't. Okay. But yeah, it's not a negative point at all. The sanity stuff kind of benefits from, like, using egos, losing sanity that way. 3 to 8 speed is also decent. And how much haste did your skill 2 give you, actually? Because your skill 2 is haste, right? It's only 1 haste. Okay, so that's not great. Not as good as Vigregor's haste, but you've also got pretty good base speed. So it's got potential. I think that's enough stalling, though. It really hurts to look at this when Purchase Knight's around the corner. I need to stop dwelling on that. I'll get boxes. I'll try and mirror dungeon stuff because I can now, and it won't be an issue going forwards. Okay, instead of actually physically going down, we're going to the right in order to simulate going down. Fair enough. I also did EX that, so I'm not fully EX'd. And, you know, half an hour in, as per usual, showing us what's here already. Pekatula, interesting. That feels unintentional, right? Like, the fact that it's not telling us the effective finis, but it's telling us the enemies. I wonder if that's a bug or something. I don't know. We'll see. Let's hop into it. So, team plan. New ID. Suncliff, newish ID, you. Mariachi Sinclair for a bit of variety. Right? That's the plan. You don't have a lot of wrath. Your only wrath is your skill 3, but that's fine. If I need Rhyme Shank at some point, I will throw on DHE Rodion, like if we get to a hard boss or something. I'd really like to try working without Rhyme Shank, though, because it's a little too good for sinking, right? And Mariachi Sinclair is funny. I feel like I got around him. The staircase descended for much longer than we had anticipated. We couldn't even guess how far we were from the bottom. Is there even an end to these stairs? I wonder if this theft was really that necessary. Servants must have had quite the hard time putting these stairs together. If they operate under the identical mechanisms of our corridor, then there is a chance that they may not have been installed by hand. Yeah, Sinclair's, it's a lot of flashbacks to under Sinclair's mansion. Similar thing, that corridor also feels like it went on forever, didn't it? There's a dark look on Sinclair's face. This is a grim reminder of our experience back in the basement of his mansion.
저희 집
This is
지하실도
exactly what the basement in my home felt like.
이런 분위기였어요.
Sinclair, what happened back then? It still haunts you, doesn't it? Yeah.
아니라고는 할 수 없을
Can't
것
say that I've
같아요.
completely moved on from it,
하지만
but
천천히,
I'm moving forward, little
아주
by
천천히
little. Yeah, that's the
나아가고 있는 것
spirit,
같아요.
absolutely. Yeah, I can clearly see that. That's good.
다행이네요.
Sometimes I'm not sure if I'm just
저는
imagining that
그렇게
I'm getting
생각하는
better.
건 아닌가 싶었거든요.
Wholesome Sinclair moment. A sound that gives familiar sensation tickles my head. Oh? It is soon followed by a noise just as familiar. The unpleasant sound of something approaching, dragging itself across the floor. No. Crawling. Something's crawling this way. It can't be an abnormality, can it? At a place like this? No, it's gotta be... Oh!
최종들이군요.
Pecatula. However, this place does not appear to be the Lobotomy Corp branch, nor does it appear to be connected to one as Sinclair's mansion was.
맞습니다.
Correct.
T사의 지분은
The L Corp branch in T Corp is a fair distance away from this manor. Causeless effects. I fail to see why this is happening.
언제나
See,
그랬지만
always.
이해할 수 없는 상황에도
Even in seemingly social circumstances such as this, laws of causality remain constant. There is always a cause to effect. I don't know if it's just me, but Faust's voice lines sound off. They sound like slightly muffled or something. I don't know. Understood.
뭐
Well,
원인은
I guess we'll find out what that cause is at the end of this stairwell. Oh, into Pecatula immediately, and it looked like we got the big bloom guy. Are we gonna see their new designations now, actually? We might. New music too.
전 감성적인 말을 하는 것에 능숙한 편은 아닙니다.
SO8 1001, SO8
신속한
04,
해결이 우선
02.
아니겠습니까?
I mean, that's normal, right? I think so, yeah. Interesting music. It sounds like it's doing like the Old West no thing. Brother. Ooh. Forest too, fancy. Yeah, we've got these new IDs. We can see them in mostly normal colors. Yeah, looking rather spiffy. You look simple enough because you're a butler. So we've seen, your faction beforehand. Bereavement is the same, right? Yeah, I think so. But then you are looking rather fancy. We can actually see your pocket watch. Very nice. It makes sense because, he's from T Corp and that's their currency or whatever. And he's got his rapier just kind of standing there with him. Pretty funny. Or it's Pecatula. I forgot. So used to starting out Cantos with, stuff that isn't, folks encounters, right? Feels weird. Where are you going for? Otis? Otis can handle that. We can get a little Lost Resonance going on here. Why not? Yeah, you're weak to it, so we'll go for that. And then you can just hit, this guy or something. That'll work. Suncliffe may lose his clash, but it's Suncliffe. I mean, he probably won't because it's Suncliffe, right? I'm very curious to see how well Suncliffe is going to work with this Canto, because obviously, we have him on a team, he's not going to work to the best of his abilities, that's obvious. But it feels like some of the stuff going on here might be pretty beneficial to him, right? The constant sanity drain, and the benefits, and the power-up for having low sanity. If it turns out well, I could definitely see it being pretty good for Suncliffe, as was mentioned, I think by several people for the last part of the Canto. We'll have to see, though. Nice, we love Mariachi Sinclair. He's the goat for a reason. And they're all staggered here, okay. Good stuff. Remise. Yeah, I'll just see just how we're gonna go about, maintaining your sanity stuff. Your sanity drain doesn't seem to be too frequent, right? You gain 10 sanity last turn, so you have 2 damage up and 2 strength up this turn. Simple enough. Or 2 damage up and 2 fragile this turn, I mean to say. Okay, you get some tails, that's fine, it happens. What level are these guys? They're 39, okay.
동랑님이
So
말씀하시기를
slightly too low for
이번
us to
전투가
get,
성공적으로
Sandy from
끝난다면
killing them.
근사한
Fair enough.
음식에 데려가 주신다고
We'll
하더군요.
let you clash here? No, we can't, darn.
숯불 소고기로.
I was gonna try letting him clash so that he could get, some sanity, because that would be nice for him. But no dice, that's fine then. We'll just have, like, Otis or someone clash then, sure. God. Unfortunately, like to say it, I feel like Gregor's support passive would be super good for this Gregor. Just the constant sanity loss. It would fit perfectly well.
동랑님이 보고 계셨다면
Okay, so
좋았을
yeah, they
텐데.
have not bothered to reclassify these guys
제게
yet.
싸우면
I
어떤
guess the
증거가
notification
없을
was just
거라고
saying expected to
얘기하셨거든요.
happen some point in the future. I guess that is what it said, so I really shouldn't be shocked, yeah. Oh, you might be able to dodge or something if we need to. This'll work.
머리통을
Couldn't need to. Looks good.
불청객은 찌그러져 있도록.
And of course, this song has the funny theme in it. Yeah. This is one of the previous songs, though, right? I think so. Yeah, because is this A02? I think it's A2.
다음에는 머리다.
앞에 휘청거리는
Yeah.
적이 있군요. 저 정도면 꿀밤 한 대만 이렇게 딱 때리면 쉽게 처리할 수 있겠습니다.
I haven't really listened to the actual music for the Canto too much, so I wouldn't be shocked if we hear a song and like, oh, that sounds cool, and I just didn't notice it beforehand, and it's been there since the previous part of the Canto. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but I wouldn't be shocked, right? It would fit. Oh, we've got no, we don't have base song with passive. Does DH Hongu heal sanity? He does, right? I think we should probably get rid of DH Hongu's passive, because I think it's something sanity related, but like gain sanity when something happens. Because I think that hit Suncliffe there, and because Suncliffe gained like a random 7 sanity.
직원들이 유리한 조건에 있습니다. 아,
Yeah, if target is staggered defeated by an attack and at least speed, heals 7 SP. Okay. We need to get rid of you then.
회식에 데려가 주신다고 하더군요.
Maybe I'll go for like some better support pass thing. I don't think it'll make that big of a difference, but maybe I will, right? Could be important, right? I don't know. Nice, good kill. Not getting sanity for the kill still, since these guys are assumably also level 39. I think I also did get Suncliffe level 45 for the bet. I didn't check, but I think he is max level. So that'll help. And that random sanity gain from DHE Honglu, we need to get rid of that. Don't want you being too sane after all. That's not very fun. And you're doing the most, you're probably gonna do the most a lot because you're the person we've assigned first in slot. Abyssal Basement 2, more of the same things. Something new though. That's interesting. Is it actually something new if it's like not showing us? Like, so I assume it was showing us these stuff. I assume it wasn't showing effective affinities because like there's not like a solid answer. And it was showing these before because we've seen them before, I guess. This might be something new. This might be like, stronger gluttony or something. Exciting stuff. But yeah, get rid of you. This is a Hong that doesn't. We'll take over something. That should be good. None of those guys have sanity gaining support passes, so that'll work out. Don't want Suncliffe to be too sane after all. Wouldn't be fun. Okay, first wave, more of the same. It's nice that we can just see Peck and Tula just out of like the actual dungeons now. It's a little bit more enemy variety, which helps. Without needing to have like too much like new stuff, right? That's always cool. You've got a lot of neutrals you can go for. It's a neutral that won't hurt too much. Sure. We'll try. Actually, that's fine. It's Suncliffe. That's fine. You're just gonna one-side like someone randomly. Like, sure, one-side the pride guy. Why not? Oop. Darn. Unfortunate. No sanity gain for you. That's fine. In time, I'm sure. And you did actually lose the clash, which means you've lost a lot of sanity here, though, which is pretty good for us. Are you just losing additional sanity on hit from that guy on top of the sinking? I don't know. And the Nightmare Hunt? Nightmare Hunt?
여기가 급속했군.
방금의 일격은 매우 좋았습니다.
다음에는
제가 만약
머리다.
도시에서 야구 선수
And then you got all tails, so it's a good thing we didn't bother clashing with you, since I was just basically confirming you would have done nothing for us. Good to know.
처리할 수 있겠습니다.
You win this clash. We'll roll with that. You don't win that clash. You win this clash, though, so that's probably good. We'll try that.
키워보지.
Looks good. I think we're clashing all of them now. We're targeting all of them, really, is how I should phrase it, since we're clashing the ones that can be clashing, one-siding the ones that can be one-sided. Good stuff. Low sanity, Suncliff is always super strong, of course.
역시 유능한 자가 마이크를 잡으니 전투도 손쉽게 이루어지네요. 아, 감사의 인사는 괜찮습니다.
I'm pretty sure we're going for a skill 2 when we're not getting the mass attack from it with Yisang, but that's because I just wanted him to win a clash to get his sanity up right. That's important. But yeah, look at that. Negative 22 sanity, 3 attack power on Suncliff. His passive will trigger here, yes it will. That's good. We could also go for an Eagle here. Actually, let's... no, it's ADD. I saw Gloom was ready for Gregor and I thought it was the new one. Oh, we could go for yours though, actually. That's cool. Well, we'll save it for the second wave, I think. We'll just immediately Ego with you so we can take a look at it. That sounds quite pleasant. You probably want to clash, don't you? You can clash with that guy then. Who was clashing that guy? You were, then you kill this guy. Sure. It'll work.
손끝이라도 대려는 자가 있다면.
Nice. Unfortunately, that means they do not all die here. That's fine. You... Okay, that was awful, Otis. I'm glad you won that, but that was so painful to watch. How did you, like, mess up that hard? That's fine, that's fine. Get more sanity gain on Gregor. He's almost at max now. Doesn't mean that he won't gain as much of his power and fragility stuff going forwards, but that's fine. We'll just kill these guys with weaker attacks, and that should work decently. We'll have you clash, though, just so you can get to max sanity. That'll be a 9 sanity up. I assume it's rounded down for your passives. I want to see, though. So if we gain 9 sanity here, which we do, will that only be 1 damage up in fragility? It's none? Oh, your passive wasn't... Your passive is resonance, that's right. Oh, no, it's between this turn and last turn's start. Okay, so we'll never actually see it down here, then? This turn start and last turn start. Okay. I see. So we need to get the Gloom Resonance trigger. We can get the Gloom Resonance here, though, pretty easily. We can also Bygone Days with you. Oh. I wasn't even looking. Yeah, Stronger Gluttony. I was expecting. Very, like, it reminds me of the Gossipy, and it reminds me of, you know, Dongdrang who denies all, which makes sense since that's, you know, a Gluttony distortion, but... Very interesting. There's some core heals. Okay, so you're just gonna counter us. That's fine. We can let you get countered. Something like that'll work. We're going for the Gloom Resonance after all. And we'll attack this guy a couple times as well. For good luck. What else do we need for you? We just need Nightmare Gloom. Okay, that'll happen then. Yeah, we'll see how this Bygone Days looks. 15 sanity cost, 3 target Zan. Okay, so he like throws like a bunch of mirror shards at the enemies. Pretty fast ego. Oh, that was a lot of sinking infliction on that one guy. Interesting. I mean, it makes sense. Based on how it's phrased, yeah. It checks out. Busting, nice. Okay, so they're all staggered except for you. Well, Reception Arts, Heart Seal, this guy. Dusting you, Puddle Stomp you. You can just kill that guy. Won't do like a lot, but it'll do something right. It'll check out, I think. Get echoes of the man next turn on the. That is a funny death sprite. It reminds me of those like little like those Plants vs Zombies, like the Zamboni counter things, like the floor spikes. I forget their name. That's just the initial thoughts I get from it, though. It looks like you walk over one of those, you know, corpses, and you're just gonna get hit for like a couple damage each frame, or each tick, I guess I should say. A little different.
직원들이 유리한 조건에 있습니다.
Yeah, just look at that. Like, that's a trap you step on, you die. It's Meat Lantern-esque. That's right. Yeah, it really is. You know, I said that like I was responding to someone. I'm not, you know, responding to anyone. It's me talking to myself, but I'm agreeing with myself. But I'm very right.
손끝이라도 대려는 자가 있다면
즉시 퇴거하시지요.
여기가
Nice.
하나를
And down they go. Cool. More advanced Pecatula is cool. Will we see Envy? Maybe. They kind of called it out at some point, you know, in the mid-chapter, right? In Blade Lineage mid-chapter. So maybe they'll actually, you know, do something about that. I haven't the faintest idea to who might be behind this, but... Man, someone really doesn't want us reaching the basement. We're finding more and more Pecatula the closer we get to the entrance. Since we haven't come across any other entrances on our way down, I guess the only place they could be coming from is the basement.
대체
What
지하실에
the
뭘
heck are they
숨겨놓고
keeping in the
있는 건데?
basement? Don't the rich families with big mansions usually keep basements for... Yeah, prisoners?
그런 거 아니야?
Fancy class stuff like fermenting some good whiskey?
꽤 값진
Gregor
재산을
knew
보관하는
what
집
it was,
같은
you know,
곳으로 생각하기도 하고.
what it actually is, and he's trying to be like, no, surely not. Yes, these are storing treasures. I have many fond memories of raiding their basement. Oh, I see. Fair enough. It probably depends on the family. But if a rich family wanted to hide something they're doing, they'd do it in the basement.
히스,
Can you
일기장이라도
check the
다시
diary
펼쳐봐.
again, Heath?
아까처럼
Maybe
안
something
보였던
new
부분이
appeared on
나와
the
있을지도
pages like it did
모르잖아.
earlier.
그렇게 쉽게 될 리가
Can't possibly be
없잖아.
that easy.
고작
This is just a
일기장인데
diary, nothing more.
지하실로 가야
You can
하는
ask
이유가
these
뭔지
papers all you
몰라도.
want, but... There's something new. Yeah, I was expecting it. Funny bit. Is there something wrong with the diary, Heathcliff?
아까
I felt an odd sensation earlier. I dismissed it, thought it was just the chills.
지금 또 느껴졌어.
But I just felt it again.
내가 들고 있는
This
일기장
diary. I ain't even sure how to put it.
뭐라 표현해야 하지?
The point is, I just had the
아무튼
strangest
뭔가
sensation.
이상한 기분이 들었어.
Like, is the diary going to be Kathy's ego? I don't know, that'd be weird, but I wouldn't be surprised.
아까 갑자기 유리
The same
깨져서
feeling I
놀랐을
felt
때
earlier when that
비슷한
glass
기분이
window
들었고.
suddenly shattered all on its own.
히스클리프,
Heathcliff,
혹시
if I may.
알아.
I know it must sound like I've gone barmy, but...
아니요, 히스클리프.
No, Heathcliff. It appears rather obvious that the ink used to write the entries was not an ordinary ink. Was the ink...
생각하시는 그 의문은
Small chance that your
사실일 수도
suspicions may be
저는
true.
생각합니다.
That is what I believe.
무슨 이야기를 하시는
What are you
거예요?
two even talking about?
히스클리프,
I would like to recommend that you open the diary yourself, Heathcliff. Heathcliff opened the diary with a somber expression. And once again, the ink stains on the page had transformed into a series of legible alphabets.
꿈을 꾼 적이 있었어.
Once had a dream.
내가 갑자기 죽었거나
A dream of my own death.
혹은
or an
낭만
eternal
잠에 빠지게
slumber.
되어서 눈을 뜨니 천국에 있었던
Found myself in heaven upon my waking.
책에서 본 것과
It was just as it
똑같아.
was described in the books.
천사들이
I was
내
surrounded by
주위에서
angels who
노래를
sang a
부르고
song for
있었지.
me.
하지만 동시에
But at that
깨달았어.
moment, I also
그곳은
understood that I
내가
belonged
있을 곳이
elsewhere.
아니었다는 걸. 나는 천사들에게
cried
다시
and pleaded with the
돌려보내달라고
angels to send me back.
엉엉 울며 빌었고, 천사들은 크게
And the angels
화내며
were so furious that they
나를
cast me out from heaven
보랏빛
back from the
위에
middle of the
머다른
violet
칼집
flowers on top of
꼭대기로
Wuthering
내던져버렸어.
Heights.
그제야 나는 기쁨의
Only then did I
눈물을
truly
흘리며
awaken this
깨어났지.
world, sobbing for joy.
그리고
Now that I
이제야
reminisce upon that
회고해지던데.
memory,
그날이 그저 꿈에
I no longer
불과했다고
believe that it was a
생각했잖아.
mere dream. Okay. So I guess when Kathy was like super ill and just suddenly recovered, it's because she actually did die but managed to cling on. I guess that was probably like the start of her manifesting ego, right? Manifest the ego, just cling on to life. She might just be half dead still. She might have been able to, like, fake her own death or something. She's just barely alive. Like, Bruno Jojo. Bucciarati,
어렸을 때부터
It's just as real as the ghost from my youth that I have seen haunting this very manor.
결코 내 상상이 아니었던 것처럼 말이야. 그래.
Yes, if we were in
우리는
heaven, we
천국에
shall be
있으면
eternally
한없이
miserable.
비참할 거야. 그러니 다가오는 죄들을
Thus we must embrace the
받아들이고
encroaching sins and
그
descend into the world
밑바닥으로
beneath.
계속해서 하강하는 수밖에.
So does that mean she's like one of the ghosts haunting the manor now? Maybe?
여기서도
I don't know,
언급되고
so many
있어요.
ways to read it.
우리라고.
Here it is again. The we.
보통의 일기장에서는
Most diaries are written in
일인칭을
first
쓰는 게
person.
일반적이죠.
Do you know anything about this,
가진
Heathcliff?
거 없어요, 히스클리프
Has to
씨?
do with the mirror, the mirrored Kathy. No. She's
모르겠어.
never once mentioned this dream to
난
me.
처음 듣는 꿈 이야기야. 억측일 수도 있어.
Though it may be baseless conjecture.
다가오는
But to
죄들을
say that we
받아들이고
must embrace the
이
encroaching
밑바닥으로
sins and descend
계속해서
into the world
하강하는
beneath.
내게 맞지.
Perhaps the diary means to instruct us to face the Pegatula and continue to descend into the basement.
설마
You're saying that Catherine
이
planned
모든
all
걸
this?
준비했다는 거냐?
Though I remain uncertain if this is what Miss Faust had implied earlier, yet, Heathcliff, did it not appear to you that the diary is answering directly to your beckoning? Right, it's not just me who felt that then.
아니지.
Miss Catherine, she...
고인을 두고
I don't want to speak so ill of the dead,
말해도 될지
but she seems a
모르겠지만
bit... Yes, she was quite the character. And she could be a tad frightening from time to time. I almost forgot about Nellie. She hadn't said anything up to this point. She's still with us. That's good. Nellie.
넬리.
Linton said
아까
something about my letters being burned in the incinerator, didn't he?
내가 보낸 편지를 소각정에서 봤다고 했잖아. 내 편지들을 다
You think he's really the prick who nicked all my letters before they reached Kathy?
그래.
Well, I wouldn't put such behavior beyond Master Linton.
있었을지도 모르겠네.
Ugh. Not very happy about that. But we press onwards, keep on facing the sins. Facing the sins, push into the future. And you do the most damage this time, makes sense. Greg didn't take a single point of damage, so that's nice. Glass pods, that is interesting. Are we getting to some ring stuff now? I really wonder. Some, like, ring testing stuff. A lot of wires, too. Try to see what they're connected to, though, really. Doesn't seem to be connected to anything, like, visible there. Another Pecatula we haven't seen before. Big Sloth, potentially? Judging by the fact that we... Based on what we do and don't see. I didn't even look at... Let's take a look at the Gluttony one again. I didn't even look at its passives, because it's probably got a passive, right? Staggered apart, we can take less rupture damage. Yeah, okay. All we saw it do was counter because we killed it so fast. Fair enough. We press on the glass pods.
다음 오창까지는
Ring
돌아오겠어.
testing, probably. If you haven't read Leviathan, ring is sketchy. Yeah, remind you of the ring stuff. You can see the Oofy person's down there. Or I think that's one of the guards. I don't think that's the main one. I think that's one of, like, the two, like, Oofy, like, people next to the main Oofy guy. There's a lot of these very crystalline pods of people being mirrored and turned into dead rabbit identities of themselves.
거창한 짓거리를
What
해놓고.
stenchous production. And it's all powered by a golden bow. One of the golden bows. I wonder if it's like... It's not the one that Kathy wants to give to Heathcliff, I presume. It's the other one. Because Dante mentioned there being two bows. There's the one that is granted to Heathcliff when the 7th lightning strike hits. Not that we can tell when lightning's striking in the basement. And then this one's the other one. Does it belong to Linton, maybe, or something? I don't know.
다들
Is everyone seeing this?
유리관 속에
There are people in those glass
사람들이
tubes.
들어있어요.
Their eyes are closed. No, some of them are open.
뜬
Are they dead?
죽은 걸까요?
살았거나 죽었거나
Dead or alive, it
둘
doesn't
다
make
말이 안
sense
돼.
either way. I just don't understand why there's something like this under this manor. The room was filled with rows upon rows of mysterious glass pods, each housing a completely still person inside. Yeah, there's the other Oofy, like, guard. We saw 3 Oofy people managing the contract. There were, like, the 2, like, grunts, and then there was the main guy who had, like, the long hair. The main guy is nowhere to be seen. I'm excited to see if that means we might learn his name and fight him or something. They're all dressed in different garbs. I don't see any recognizable age or gender patterns among them. Oh, that large-scale cases of missing persons have been sweeping T-Corp lately. Then...
저기
There! Is that the golden bow you were searching for?
저건가요?
So I want to point out the fact the background is super sepia toned and the actual characters aren't that sepia toned. Very odd. Oh boy. Okay. Oh god. Insane Carmen vibes from this. Kathy is being kept alive through a golden bow? Potentially? She's powering, like, you can see a little golden bow there. It looks like a pretty small one there. She's in a giant coffin, there's a golden bow there, and she's powering everything in this. Kathy! And Heathcliff was the only one who immediately recognized her face. She appeared to be at peace, as though in a pleasant dream. Look,
보이나?
there are machines attached to her
사업관에
coffin.
달린 기계장치들이.
That is interesting. I see two levers, both pointed downward. Attached to the coffin was a golden bow, shimmering with the golden light we'd grown familiar with. Kathy, wait for me! The room, the glass pods, the chaos, none of it seemed to register for Heathcliff. He began sprinting toward the coffin like a madman. Don Quixote? Don Quixote, who was ready to see sprinting alongside Heathcliff, was standing still, aghast.
뭔가
There ought to have been a
큰 오해가 있는
misunderstanding.
것이
Oh, it's because the Oofy people. Oh! She's like, why are honorable fixers committing such heinous deeds? A misunderstanding?
T사에서 실종되었다는
What misunderstanding?
사람들이
Those people in the pods are
온갖
clearly the
이곳
same
지하실에
people who were kidnapped at
무슨
Deecorp.
오해가 있다는 거예요. 보시오.
Lo, at those who stand flanking the machines.
저택에서
We have
보았던
seen them
자들이지
before at
않을까?
the manor, have we not?
외우피 협회
Fixers of the Oofy Association.
나-
Honorable sirs and ladies. And there's the director. Oft was I told that I am rather ignorant of the goings of the world and my surroundings, so I wish not to so carelessly assume.
섣부른 오해를 하고 싶지 않네. 그러니
Thus I must implore thee to answer us.
답을 내.
All of you, out of my way. Now.
이쪽으로는 접근
This area is off
금지입니다.
limits.
금지?
Off limits?
지금 내
She's
바로
there.
앞에
I can see Catherine right there,
소리니
before my
보인다.
eyes.
그 씨에게
I won't let
희망을
you
걸.
stand between us.
새끼들이 금지시킬 수 있을 것 같냐?
벌써 여기까지
Didn't
올
expect them to
거라고는
get here so
예상
soon.
못했는데.
Well, we need to buy some more time. Oh, and time's, important in this. That's some pun like that.
부산물을 풀어-
Unleash the dregs. The fixers began fiddling with the lab machines. Yeah, some of the people are being, turned into Pekatula and, stuff. Once again, read Leviathan. And you'll get a vague sense as to, the shenanigans going on here.
알다시피
Kathy in the
전 감성적인 말을
background.
하는 것에 능숙한 편은 아닙니다.
With the
입에 바른
glow.
공감보다는 신속한 해결이 우선 아니겠습니까?
It's very interesting stuff. Okay, we've got one of these guys, though. Yeah, take him with burn damage. Kind of disappointed that they didn't actually bother reclassifying these things, but that's fine. In time, I'm sure. Okay, we cannot redirect. Actually, we can redirect some of these guys, but it'd be easier not to. We'll do something like that. Clash you, clash you, clash you. Sinclair might win a clash. First time for everything, right? Okay, and that'll be... We got the resonance here, so you'll get the funny... No, the resonance is... We need to get the resonance next turn where you get the damage up, that's right. Still very weird how that works.
방금의 일격은
Because normally, like, you'd think... Most passives in, like, the history of Limbus, it would be like, oh, you need to get a resonance this turn to gain the benefit next turn. But, you need to get the resonance this turn to get the effect this turn. But it's something that doesn't work first turn since it's based on, difference between previous turn and this turn, right? So, very interesting indeed. Then it seems like it'll benefit Gregor a lot to have multiple skill slots so he can flash more, right? Something to keep in mind for chance. We also do still need to see Gregor's ego. His, bygone days. See how that goes, right?
앞에
Quite
휘청거리는
curious,
적이
aren't I?
있군요. 저
And we need
정도면
lust
물건 한
and
개만 이렇게
bloom, which we've got a
딱
fair bit
때리면
of.
쉽게
You know, we'll
처리할
make
수
some progress
있겠습니다.
towards it. You clash that. We'll get this going for some gloom. You win these. You do that. You do that. Cool.
피워보지.
Oop. Unfortunate. I don't think anyone else could have clashed this guy, so that's fine. It's the best we could have done, right? I think so. We get, you know, the nightmare hunt. We love hunting nightmares. Cool stuff.
직원들이 유리한
And
조건에
yeah.
있습니다.
Okay, because you used your skill 3 last turn, now you've got the 1 coin power and the 3 damage up.
이번 전투가
And if we got the Gloom
성공적으로
Resonance, we can't do with this
근사한
team, it
회식에
seems. We don't have enough
데려가신다고
Gloom
하더군요.
consistently enough with this team, which makes some sense.
촛불 소고기로.
Like, you're only Gloom with your skill 3,
점이라도 있으시-
뭐야?
you do have skill 2s, you don't have any, you're skill 1, you're skill 2. Actually got some good Gloom defensive options though, right? Yeah, most of our team has Gloom defenses. So we could just force Gloom Resonance like that, right? I don't think it's necessary here, but it is a potential option. And we just need one more Lust, and then we'll be able to use your Ego next turn. Cool. I won't use it next turn, I'll use it next wave, right? That'll be the plan. It's only a single target no matter what, though, so yeah. We will see how that goes, right? Oh, that wasn't everything? I thought I selected you attack that. Okay, I guess I missed.
완전하게 패주지.
That's fine. It happens.
미끄러지는 꼴 좀 보라지.
More self-sinking with your skill 3. Good to see.
너무 쉽잖아.
Pretty good stuff. Funny when Marriott Sinclair's the only one who gets a kill, but you know, I can only make the joke so many times, right?
이번 전투가
Mariachi
성공적으로
Sinclair
끝난다면
funny.
근사한 회식에 데려가 주신다고 하더군요. S사 촛불 소고기로.
Mariachi Sinclair gaming, if you will. I'll do this, sure.
머리통을 박살내주마.
I think we kill all of everything this turn. Most of them are low HP. Should be pretty good.
다시 못
Sinclair's
살게
attack was
하는
going for someone who already
없을
died,
것이오.
so that's fine. Ooh, that's a little close.
이제 보자. 하늘을 찔렀을 때.
And if we get the Gloom Resonance again next turn, then we'll get, like, Gregor to get, you know, like, the 2 damage up 2 fragile, right? Oh, that thing. Okay, those 2 survived. That's fine then.
아,
It happens.
동랑님이 말씀하시길 이번 전투가 성공적으로 끝난다면 근사한 회식에 데려가 주신다고 하더군요. S사
Yeah, just do that.
촛불
That'll work.
소고기로.
Oh, I shouldn't have full breeze. That was a misplay on my side. I wanted to save that for next one. That's fine.
방금 직원이
It
큰
happened.
성과를 냈습니다.
And let's see, new
적의
slot.
숨이
Ooh,
끊겼습니다.
cool little guy.
동랑님이 보고 계셨다면 좋았을
Shame I can't really see him because of the UI.
평소에 제가
Uh,
싸우면 어떤
why is the
증오가
UI being like that?
없을까라고
That's rude.
불리시거든요.
Well, you can see him well enough. He's like the main guy. He's got like a little bit of a stem. He's got kind of like little like branching parts. We're having heavenly, right? That's how it feels like to me. Okay, there we go. Now it's actually overlaying. I guess we gotta... What? Or was it overlaying correctly for a second? Oh, it's because you're hovering over it. Hovering over its skill specifically, not its actual body, though. I mean, now the body's for... Okay. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We've got an ego to use for you. And your speed is faster than the target's class plus 1 for each speed difference. What's your speed value? It's a 1 to 2. But it inflicts binding. Do you have anything that gives you haste? Like, even at best, that is all you can get a single power increase. Even if you bind all of us to like the minimum, like the lowest speed. All right, that's interesting. We press on. Gosh, you. It only hits one person now. Let's go for that guy. You get a one-side off on Gregor. Actually, you probably shouldn't let Gregor take one-sided. Huh? Okay. They really want Gregor dead. That's fine. We'll have Gregor ego that guy then. We'll just clash with you. Not a good clash, but it's probably fine. Roll with this.
내게
Could have gotten
바쳐주지.
a little bit more gloom going, but that's fine.
정리하겠습니다.
Would have been nice. But we'll live.
초대받지
Yeah, that thing just died instantly.
적이
Cool.
치명적인 피해를 입었군요. 역시
You're weak to
유능한
Pierce
자가
and
아이템을
Gluttony,
잡아주는
so
그런
even though it
것들이
is a
이루어지네요.
skill 1 that does a lot of damage, nice.
감사의 인사는
And yeah, Bygone Days, Gregor time. He loses some sandy, he'll gain some sandy back though.
저 택을 안내해주지.
Funny little viney arm. Cool. Oh, that actually hits a lot. Shh. That's funny.
꽤 잘 먹혀 들어가는 공격이었습니다. 제 지시를 정확하게 이해하셨군요.
Cool stuff. Oh, we lose these? We do lose these. Unfortunate. We even like your bind next turn. That's a funny attack. It kind of like put all its like weird little pedal things together and just
적의
slams.
숨이 끊겼습니다. 동랑님이 보고
Bind next
계셨다면
turn.
좋았을
Grasp.
텐데요.
Okay.
평소에 제게 싸움엔
funny.
어떤 재능도 없을
But yeah,
거라고
no.
믿으셨거든요.
Gain class for every speed difference max 3 when the physical best possible difference is 1. What's the point? I don't get it. Heavy, kilogram of steel, kilogram of feathers. That's right, kilogram of steel. Steel's heavy and feathers.
검나를 내게 바쳐주지. 미끄러지는
Nice.
거라지.
We love that bereavement.
퇴거하시죠.
That thing's dead. We'll kill. We should kill everything except for the sloth guy this turn, right? That'll work out well.
직원들이
Yeah,
유리한
okay.
조건에
And you're.
있습니다.
I mean, of course, you're discarding. You gain 3 protection. It's because you're the sloth
이번 전투가
guy.
성공적으로
Yeah, we get. You
끝난다면
see your passive now.
근사한
No, we
회식에
don't. We
데려가
just see a new
주신다고
scale.
하더군요.
Okay, that works. That's fine.
툭불 소고기로.
Going for the sloth attack probably doesn't help us out too much, but I don't care enough.
박살내주마.
We're killing you. We need you dead. But yeah, Puddle Stomp does the job, that's for sure. Nice.
적들의 부위가 파괴되었습니다.
And now like fried chicken without the drumsticks. Can't get much worse than that, in it. He didn't say in it there, but the British speech is getting to me. That's scary. You did the most. Cool. You didn't take any damage. Fair enough. Focus encounters. You don't take damage unless you let them damage you, right? Imitations. Weak to slash. New stuff. What are those weaknesses? 1.8 to slash. There's 0.6 to pierce? Why isn't it just like 2.0 and 0.5? Interesting. Mixing things up in a very strange way. Imitations is an interesting name, that's for sure.
순수했던 나날로.
There's also 2 enemies, so it could be the Ufi people, but Imitations doesn't make me think it's the Ufi. Oh, that background makes me think it's the Ufi. I don't think this will hide Faust, right? Yeah, it doesn't. That's fine. This is... Oh!
사람들이 갇혀 있는
Falling out of the pods! The pods that people are trapped in! No! This
이래서는 안 되는
shouldn't be
거잖아요.
happening! Fire the Pekatula!
최종들이
Yeah, this is why it's a good thing Virgilius isn't with us. He would not like this at all. Miss Faust.
말씀하세요.
Speak.
우리 중 가장
I am
유능한
certain that you, with your
모든
gift
걸
of
꿰뚫고
omniscience and
있는
brilliance,
분이야.
already hold the knowledge the
충분히
rest
알
are not
것이라
privy to.
생각하오. 하지만
Yet you have deemed
수
that there
있도록
must be some things
말할
better
수
left
없는 것들도
unuttered,
많으니
thus you have not shared with
그때야
us
먼저
all that
말하지
you know.
않았겠지. 그러니 내가
So allow me to ask
오늘
first,
띄우겠어. 내게 이 장면.
as this sight is all too familiar to my eyes. Oh, he's angry. Ah,
내 혹여
I wish to hear your opinion on my conjecture, in case that I am found to be incorrect.
그대의 견해가 듣고 싶소. 이 실험
This is an experiment on the subject of humanity, is it not?
있지 않은가?
Faust explains the purpose of this experiment is to use the energy stored within the golden bow to utilize every strand of possibility. It is but one of many experiments made possible using the golden bow's powers. To be more precise, it is an experiment to birth a human? It is an experience to create a certain kind of human. If we were to cast a wider net of possibilities, it can be assumed that this basement is merely an engine room where the power source is activated, and that the entire manor itself has become a laboratory of its own. Sometimes, Faust looks like she's pausing to look at something before speaking. Hmm.
이상 씨는 어떤 게
Does any of
낯이
this
익다고
resemble what you've
생각하시는
seen
건가요?
before, Yi-san?
생각이 아니라
Resemble? Nay. They
보이고
lie
있어.
plainly before me. Yeah.
내가 직접
The machines of
설계하고
my very own design,
연구했던
my very
장치들이
research. What he's done in N-Corp. Yeah. God.
그것은
This
결코
is not what I had hoped my
이런 식으로
research would be
쓰길
used
바라고
for.
연구한
Not for
것들이
such
아니야.
hideous purposes, not to exploit humans,
사람을 쓰고
not to produce them.
더욱이 만들고.
He
그러니
is distraught.
해결한 것을 위함이 아니었어.
They're simply children who love technology after all, and this is what happens. It's always what happens, isn't it? So tragic. You're
얼굴이
turning
많이
pale.
창백한데요. 그저
The fact that your research is
본인의
being
연구가 이렇게
misused
쓰이고 있다는
isn't the
사실이
only problem, is
문제인
it?
게 아닌 거네요.
아,
Oh,
더
is there
두려운
something that
사실이
you
있는
fear,
건가요?
Yi-san?
이상 씨.
내가
What I
두려워하는
fear.
것이 비록
The parts of
내가
these
일부
machines are of my
설계했다고
design.
하나
None of these could have
그
been...
당시
Nay, I could
내
not
밖의
have.
조력
Not
없이는
without the assistance of
결코
my
이루지
fellows.
못했을. 결코
Not without... Asiya? What? Yi-san falls silent, unable to finish his sentence. He faces forward. That man is... Gubo? Oh no, it's Asiya! It is! I said that questionably, but yeah, no, that's definitely Asiya. I think. Right? It's been a while since I read Leviathan. You have recognized me long ago, have you not? Do not stand there in silence. Utter aught to me.
반갑다는 말도
What better response is there
그렇지
for you than my
않다는
utter
말도,
silence?
잘 지내냐는 말도 모두 어색하게 그지없어.
When the customary greetings, words of antagonism, and inquiries about your well-being all feel so inappropriate. I mean, he's wearing like a... What is this little tag thing? I don't know. But yeah, he's wearing like the new league outfit. This is definitely gonna see it.
그대가
This is no different from how you had always remained a close fellow of silence then. No? If you can speak so placidly, surrounded betwixt these abominable horrors, then you must have always been a part of this. See ya.
뭐
Well, it was not
온전히
for my
내
sole volition.
결심으로만 비롯된
Once
일은
again, I'm
아니야.
gonna say this a lot. Please just read Leviathan already. If you have not read Leviathan, you really need to.
자네도 알지 않나?
You must already know that I am
내가
not
이
one for such
정도의
grandiose
야망이
ambition.
있는 것까지는 아니었다는 걸.
이봐, 함부로 얼굴을
Hey, you shouldn't just reveal yourself just like Goofy? Question mark. The ring? Question mark.
이미 다 알려진
They're
거야.
already all aware of who
뭘
we are.
그렇게
To
숨기기
hurriedly hide in the
그랬구나.
shadows when the light is already shined upon us is an unsightly cowardice. So wait, is this not actually Ufi? Is it a ring guy pretending to be ring? Why would that be? Why? It doesn't show title here, does it? No. But it said. Oh, also, yeah, that is the. It's like a Demian background. Interesting. I don't think that matters. I don't think it should be Demian background because that's like the new league text there. It said Ufi question mark the ring is the tag for that guy. We are getting tired of playing by your whims. We will make sure that they will hear of everything that has happened. So it's Ufi. It's ring people just pretending to be Ufi to like get away with contract shenanigans.
그분들이
Oh, they. Interesting. Who might this they be? Docents or maestros? Yeah, Ryoshu just sees directly through the fact that it's ring.
무슨 말을 하는 거야?
What are you
루시오?
talking about, Ryoshu?
그
There.
명칭들은 분명
I did say
말했지.
that there was something off about
저것들은
them.
이상하다고.
I remember Ryoshu telling the Ufi Association fixers to stop, that there was something off about them. Yeah, so she could just tell. Fair enough, I guess. Then,
저것들
they're not Ufi.
외우
They're the ring.
허접한
They're
흉내를
nothing
내는
but cheap
모조품들이지.
imitations. Fitting of the ring. That's what the imitations referred to, I suppose. Huh? Are we gonna get to fight them then? That's exciting. Will they be Ufi question mark ring people?
동랑님 지시로 응원용
Mad
비밀을
research for the
수업을
ring and
했지만
air research for the
연탄
ring?
드시기 힘드시기에 제가 대신해서
Interesting. They're just
먹어드리겠습니다.
pretending to be Ufi. They're bleed. Yeah, that's Ufi themselves are Tremor. We know that they're that bleed. Doesn't seem very ring-like. Can't hard to tell, but Penguin point is all right. The form of artwork is poking holes into your body. Fair enough. Misshapen painting. Do like little funny sanity icons. Like there's just a feather in this sanity icon. 'Cause why not? Yours get anything funny? No, I mean, that's yours isn't a panic type, so I guess it wouldn't, right? Brushstroke, sanguine, dot, sanguine point. Alright. Interesting. See, let's. Oh, right, normal. Back to normal fights. I got confused for a second. What level are they? Level 40. Alright, simple enough.
머리통을
So were
박살내줘.
we, so that's fine.
여기가
We can begin the hunt.
방금의 일격은 매우 좋았습니다.
Get the coin power on Gregor next turn. Doesn't really help him too much because he doesn't have multiple skill trees, but he might draw another skill tree because he gains the second skill slot next turn, right? Since he's the person we selected first. I don't know. Might be nice. Nice, we got a stagger with Mariachi Sinclair, the goat.
휘청거리는 적이 있군요.
You know skill 3, that's fine. Your reminders still get a lot of good benefits here, and you might really get some kills. You're level 41, so you don't actually gain Sandy from killing those, so that's fine.
땅과 마님에게
You did gain some Sandy last turn, though, so you did get some damage up this turn, it looks like. I couldn't tell for sure, but I think he got like a 2 damage up, right? Because he only won a class last turn, that would make sense. Yeah, he's got 5 damage this turn, 3 from the skill 3 last turn, 2 from the passive. So he's gonna do 50% more damage against these already staggered people.
꼴좀 봐라.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel like Lyndon Gregor seems like he just might be a really solid damage dealer. I don't know if it'll be enough to rival a lot of like the current quote-unquote meta damage dealers, just because, you know,
직원들이 유리한 조건에 있습니다.
that's how it goes, but
동랑님이
I guess we'll have to see,
말씀하시길
right?
이번 전투가
we'll trigger that, why not?
근사한 회식에 데려가 주신다고
Uh-huh.
하더군요. S사 툭불 소고기로
다시
It's funny seeing he live spend his one sinking.
적의 숨이
More of these guys? Yeah, same people.
동랑님이 보고 계셨다면 좋았을 텐데요. 평소에 제게
Maybe we do
싸움은
get a Nightmare Hunt
어떤
this turn,
소용도
but it doesn't look
없을
like we draw another one next turn, but that's fine. You mass attack? I can't see. You can, okay. That's cool. I was probably gonna go for it either way, but you know, it's
피워보지.
thought that counts, right? Get the spread out on you. Do some good damage. Nice.
미끄러지는 꼴좀 봐라.
Interesting though. Ryoshu can just tell. Exciting that we're seeing the ring though. We might get some ring IDs then. And the fact we're actually seeing Asiya, I was not actually expecting Asiya. I feel like I jokingly said Asiya, but I wasn't expecting him to actually show up here, right? And we are, you know, seeing more and more people from the old League of Nine. Huh. Pretty funny. Lucia is like one of the ones alongside Gubo that actually stuck around to being part of the new League of Nine. N-Corp, I guess I should say. That's what I mean by new league, because that's what they're trying to form, like a new league of 9, right? That's their thing. Misshapen painting. The only misshapen painting is going to be your corpse. Are we killing these guys or are they fleeing? They're fleeing? No, we were killing them. Okay, cool.
S사 툭불 소고기로
That's always good. Love to see them die.
이 칼날이 마침내
Blade finds its way into his black heart. Yeah, you really we get it. You want Heathcliff dead. Imitations to more of them. But it is built like looking at it from this angle, it really does feel like it's set up like a concert. Like kind of like rows of like people, like instruments. It looks like there'd be the perfect place to have like a conductor right here. Yeah, very interesting to see Asiya. Anyways, that will be all for this time. Next time we will, you know, continue on pushing forwards. Imitations to figure out what exactly is going on here, because a lot is happening, and it's hard to say exactly what's going to happen next. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!